Look, staying in shape and eating healthy when you're out on the road does not have to be difficult, and I'm gonna show you how. All right, so in order to address this issue, we have to first go through all of the problems that truck drivers like myself have to face in order to make time for health and fitness. First one, I just mentioned it, lack of time. Lack of time is the biggest issue that us truck drivers face in terms of eating healthy and getting workouts in for several reasons. One, we're spending upwards of 11 hours a day driving. Not to mention the time spent before and after doing things like pre-trip inspections, post-trip inspections, and for, of course, lease purchasers and owner-operators, you actually have a lot more to deal with because of things like accounting, managing invoices, receipts, tracking expenses. Time-wise, it starts to add up. Okay, so then what's the solution to this? It's actually real simple. Okay, the solution is opportunism. Now, here's what I mean. You're not going to be able to get into a gym. I had a co-driver who had a Planet Fitness membership, and as soon as we could, whenever we had some downtime, he would give me his guest pass, and then we would go to a Planet Fitness. However, this was very few and far between. This was maybe once every other week. What I did when I was driving by myself was I would utilize high impact exercises or high intensity exercises over a short period of time, things like jumping rope, burpees, push-ups, things of that nature, bodyweight exercises, but I did it when I was stuck at loading docks. See, this is the issue I had. You see, I had it in my mind that I had to be making it into a gym because when it comes to health and fitness, we tend to have a certain perspective or a one-track mind as to how we should accomplish this, and it's not always the case. As a truck driver, you're not always going to be able to make it into a gym. In fact, you're more often than not going to be able to do it. So what you do is you bring the gym to you by utilizing high intensity exercises with your body weight in opportunistic environments. And I usually do that, in between trailers or next to my truck at a loading dock or at a truck stop, which you can see on the screen right here. Another difficulty you'll encounter is meal prepping or eating healthy. This problem is also drastically worsened by the fact that the most convenient foods you can get as a truck driver happen to be the best at cutting your life short. Okay, you're going to have difficulty because of space in your truck. You're also not going to have the time to be meal prepping and prepping meals every day. So what's the solution to this? It's actually two solutions. Okay, the first solution is to leverage the points you accumulate when fueling up at truck stops. Gotta remember, truck stop food deemed as healthy is actually horrendously expensive and can eat through your wallet very quickly. However, most company drivers and lease purchase drivers who have access to their company's fuel discounts can actually start leveraging points at major carriers such as Love's and Pilot. For owner operators, this may be a little bit different because the fuel network or the fleet network you are a part of might give you access to some fuel discounts, but they might not be as extreme. So you might find yourself avoiding some of these major establishments like Love's, Pilot, TA, Petro, and like the few AM PM truck stops that exist. So what I would recommend is two things. One, get yourself a DC or cigarette lighter port refrigerator. I'm gonna put one on screen. I'm gonna be ordering one pretty soon. This would actually solve a major problem when it comes to meal prep. During your 34-hour reset, you can actually stock some containers and have meals for the week. Because remember, you're gonna be leveraging the points you accumulate, and you're also going to be meal prepping over the weekend. You can use regular Tupperware containers, or you can do what I'm gonna do, which is utilizing disposable tin containers or aluminum containers. Yes, it is a bit wasteful, but ultimately it is a solution to the problem. It does reduce clutter and it minimizes dishwashing at truck stops, which is something I absolutely cannot stand doing because it ends up just adding to the time issue. Now, of course, this does create an issue. If I'm using aluminum containers, how the hell am I supposed to microwave them? Well, that's the next piece I would recommend is a portable oven. Of course, the benefit being is I can plug it in. It is a little bit slow, but I could show up to the truck stop, get my downtime set up, do my post-trip inspection, have my paperwork in order. Then before I go to sleep, I can have a nice hot meal that was heated up in my container, and then I can just throw the container out along with the utensil. No fuss, no muss, no cleanup. Time saver. This brings us to the third and final problem in this video, which is lack of motivation. When it comes to killers of fitness dreams, lack of motivation, I would have to put at the top for two reasons. Reason number one is that most people don't understand how fleeting motivation is. It's actually something terrible to rely upon because it's like money. It has to be budgeted and it can run out, and it's easier to go through it than it is to accumulate it. So develop a more disciplined mindset. Number two, this is furthered by lack of having a conducive environment. You have to remember, if your environment is not conducive to success in any regard, no matter what it is, it's going to work against you. So how do you solve the motivation problem? Well, that's also easily fixed. Just change the environment. Okay, hold up. Look, I know you can't just get out of your truck and go to a gym, okay? I talked about that early in the video. But what you can do is start absorbing more fitness-related content. For example, your homeboy George, who specializes in helping truck drivers get in shape, as well as many other fitness YouTubers and podcasters that are out there to keep you in that zone. You should listen to that while you drive your truck. This is extremely important because ultimately what you're doing is influencing yourself by consuming this content as frequently as possible. Now, the result of this influence is going to be the altering of how you think, the decisions you make, how you see the world, and that's going to turn you into a fit person. You're going to start to think like a fit person, and that person is going to be the one that takes you on your path to success. We have to remember, it's not just about trying to squeeze in time for fitness, how to find time to work out. It's more important that we focus on how to become the kind of person that wants to make those goals achievable. That's it for today's video, guys. Make sure to like, favorite, and subscribe if you found the information helpful, and make sure you turn that notification bell on so you don't miss an upload, because I plan on putting a ton more content out for my fellow truck drivers on this channel while I'm out on the road with you guys. If you have any suggestions for content you'd like to see or any questions you'd like to ask, make sure you leave a comment down below, and take care. Thank you.